Welcome to A Bit of Board Games, a casual podcast documenting the many failures and hopefully successes of Bit Waffle Games, as we learn the ins and outs of board game design and self-publishing. Join us on this journey as we talk about a bit of life, a bit of design, and a bit of board games. Welcome back to another episode of A Bit of Board Games. We're your hosts, Steven, Ralph, and Trevor. I'm Steven, by the way. Game designer and artist. Ralph, art director, game designer sometimes, maybe. Trevor, operations manager, and game designer. This is episode 61. And today is June 21st, 2023. And this is a special episode because if you're listening to our podcast in your usual mode of listening, you won't know this, but we're actually live streaming right now on Twitch. So our first ever live stream. 2 viewers right now already. Is it just you two?
I'm in. I'm in. I put it.
Nice.
I put it in the resources tab if you guys want to.
That's perfect.
Find it.
But people don't have access to that.
No, for us to see.
Oh, you mean so our Twitch channel does exist, Trevor?
Yes, I just found it.
Doesn't trust me about setting this stuff up. Anyway, yeah, we're live streaming today. Kind of still doing our normal podcast stuff, but just kind of taking it live and seeing what happens. So if you are live, this is weird because sometimes I'm talking to like podcast people listening to this after the fact, but now if there's people live here too, I'm also talking to them. So if you are live, comment and leave a little chat there, say hi, and we'll chat through some live stuff too. But we're gonna treat this kind of like a normal episode, in general. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. So first thing today, guys, I finally updated our logo.
I know
the Bit Waffle Games logo. Our new mascot, Wally, Walter the Waffle, aka Wally, and I'm really happy with it. I made it a while ago, but I finally updated like all of our social media accounts. Discord, got stuff on Twitch. I set that up literally today. I had the account forever, but like it had a placeholder profile image and like nothing connected to it. So I linked some other stuff on there and stuff too. But yeah, so I finally got that updated everywhere. And then we made our little separate profile images for our own little waffles for each of us.
Trevor, it looks like you have yet to go ahead and do that.
He's not really. He's not bothering.
Oh man!
If you could go ahead and do that, that'd be great.
You said you emailed me the logo. Is that what I need to go do right now?
No, I just texted it to you. But
okay,
you can just do it on your phone.
Put it in. Yeah,
thank you.
That.
So I made separate colored versions of the little Wally thing and his different expressions for our like Discord profile images and stuff, which was fun. Randomly in the process, as I was naming the files and exporting them, I realized that our initials are the first letters of our first names are alphabetical. Just Ralph, Steven, Trevor, RST.
Hey.
So it's just
that's too good.
It's just a random thing I discovered. So
our logo should be the entire alphabet with just our letters highlighted. That should be
the entire, just all 26 letters total, just highlighting our 3 like really big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone will get it.
Yeah. What is wrist? Anyway, that was a random thought of the day. But yeah, I posted the logo and did a post about that too, as well as updating everything. So that was fun. The one thing it's not on our website yet, because I didn't know the website seems like just such a bigger animal to conquer.
Yeah,
it's just like, I don't know. I looked at our website. I'm like, maybe I could just update this. And I'm like, this just feels daunting because like we want to update the whole website just in general.
You have a new color palette and everything. So.
Yeah, new color palette. Like, I need to add Ralph to the website as well. Just
what a burden.
Yeah, God, he's the worst. No, but I want to rethink it too. Like, just rethink the website, kind of what's going on with it. So I don't want to just like randomly, replace stuff that's there now with random other stuff. So anyway, we'll get to that eventually. But not like we have much going on the website right now anyway. So we'll do that. But Ralph, what's updates on your job and in your life? You're you finished all the stuff for this game, right? Now, and all since you finished your work project.
Right. I no, but good news. I did finish the work project.
Nice.
I was supposed to finish it on Friday. I was just telling Steven before this. I was supposed to finish on Friday. The 16th was the big day, but it sort of got dragged out for a little while longer, which was upsetting. But as of today, I officially am like hands off on the project for the first time since it started.
Okay.
So it's like out of my hands, and I'll be providing design support and stuff throughout the end of this month, but it's going to be little stuff. For all intents and purposes, it's like I'm done. You know?
Are you happy about that? Is that a good situation?
Oh yeah, bet.
Okay.
I am very pleased. This is the worst project. I don't know if you were on the ones where I was really talking about.
And what's the client name and the contact there? who is this?
Yeah, the client is redacted.
And their name is beep.
Yeah, right. No, it's great. This is the biggest project my company does, and we do it once every 2 years. And so this year I'm just the designer who basically fronted the design work, because it doesn't make sense on some level, the nature of the way we do projects. It doesn't actually make sense for a ton of people from design to be working on any one given project.
Sure.
Just because of the workflow. So it just kind of has to fall on someone to do it. So it was me and this one other person who's like sort of learning the ropes. So most of the work ended up being mine to do. But so I'm very glad, and I don't have to look at it ever again for at least the next 2 years. So
okay, sweet, man.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Oh, and Trevor looks like he is updated now. His profile is consistent.
That's right.
Wow. I did that guy look great there.
Yeah, I like it. It looks good. Steven, you did a good job with those.
Although I will miss my old avatar, Emil.
Yeah, what the heck was that thing? Did you make that?
No, I didn't make him. He's a character from that game. Do you remember? I know you were there when this came out. We talked about it. It's an old, dropped on the 360, Near Gestalt, or whatever the subtitle was for that game. Near. N-E-I-E.
N-I-E-R.
Yeah.
I do. I never actually played it, but
it's super unique. And the newer one, Automata, or whatever the newest one is.
That one.
That one has been on my list to play for so long. But the thing is, I want to give it my entire soul when I play it. So I've just not been in the headspace yet since it dropped to play it. But I will totally play that game. But I really love the first one. It's super unique and just interesting. And Emil is one of the characters from that game. So
okay,
there's the story.
Nice. I'm adding us to a category of to help people find us,
Yeah. And by the way, we're on Bit Waffle Games, all one word. I know, obviously, if you're listening to this after the fact, that's not going to help you. But for next time, Bit Waffle Games, all one word. And I think we'll have a VOD on this too, right? So they can go back and watch the VOD or go watch the YouTube, I would imagine.
Yeah, we're recording the whole thing. At the end, Trevor has a video he wants us to watch, and he's going to have us react to it. I don't know. Sounds like a trendy thing. It's a really old video, I think. Is the video old, or is it just talking about something?
We'll see when it came out. Came out a year ago.
Okay. But yeah, so we are recording this. Confirmed. I just made sure we are recording this as well, so that we're gonna still post our normal podcast on YouTube and just on our podcast platforms. So
yeah, but for those of you listening to the podcast,
we'll cut out the video. We're not gonna just leave a 20-minute thing. We'll cut in the good snippets for that.
Right. But what I'm saying is they should definitely come check out the YouTube if they're just listening to us. I mean, if you're used to listening to the podcast, we'll still be doing a normal podcast 3 times a month, most weeks. It's only 1 week out of the month that we'll be doing something like this where maybe there's more video or gameplay or something involved. So come check us out on the YouTube. We're on Twitch so you can see us live.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, so I've also been in the meantime working on the rule book for our board game. And we have, I've got like all the sections generally laid out now, and I've detailed out a bunch of the beginning sections. I think I still need to go through like the player board upgrades, some of the final gameplay stuff, but I've got like, and like end game content, and then obviously like the index and the terms and all like the details at the end that you can just for references and everything like that. But like the core rule structure and the core of that stuff is in place for the rule book. So that's been going well, and I've got even like placeholders for like where images and stuff will be too. So it's been fun kind of getting that in order. But on that note too, Trevor and I were actually chatting this morning, and we were realizing, well, I had not like not an attack, but I was getting a little anxious yesterday. Just because I was looking
as one who's passionate about stuff. I get it.
Yeah. And I don't get super anxious that often. But I was just like, and this is, maybe it's a stupid thing too, but, we're making a board game. And there's a lot of board games out there. And like the more I keep seeing other things on Instagram or YouTube or like Kickstarter's games going out, launching, and things like that, it just becomes very daunting just seeing, people say like how saturated the market is. And I don't know like when the market is oversaturated for that kind of stuff, because it's more of just like there's more than there have been in the past, but at what point is the threshold where it becomes like too saturated? Because obviously there's still a lot of good games still succeeding and doing well, and a lot of people like me buying all kinds of awesome board games and never playing them. But anyway, I was kind of getting like, oh geez, like we need to get a jump on this. We need to get moving because nothing's happening. We've stalled out for a bit, taking a break, and like we're falling behind because other people are getting games out. We don't have anything out yet. But Trevor, talked me off the cliff and helped me kind of figure that out with that and realize that like we just kind of need to work at our own pace. And like not, yes, we need to make progress and we want to succeed and we want to see this thing through. And we have other game ideas that we want to get to. But, we need to like take the time to do it right. And we're like, we're in this for the long haul, playing the long game, whatever. And so we don't need to like set strict deadlines on ourselves because we have families, we have people in our lives. We have other priorities. And like this game, making games is fun, but it's kind of like a side thing right now. So.
Oh, it's true. Steven feels what I think is appropriate pressure to be moving forward. And I don't, discount him at all for feeling that way. I think that there's part of my reaction to it is that I've been part of a startup company for the past 6 years. And so I think I kind of understand the fact that there's giants out there when it comes to, people you're competing with, but Blizzard started somewhere. Bethesda started somewhere. Yes, there's a lot of great games out there, but there's a lot of great things all over in real life too. And so in order to be able to compete, you just put your head down and you go at a pace that works for you, put out a good product. And if you're good at what you do and you're passionate about it, it'll pay off. It's one of those things where you gotta work at it. And like I said, I've been a startup company for 6 years. So when I say startup, once you get to 6 years, it's hard to continue to say startup, but
right.
There's a point where you're 2-3 years into the thing and you go, man, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you just keep working. And now as a company we are, and I think as a board game company, we'll see that at some point too. So I understand what Steven's saying and we talked about it, but I think it's good that we're kind of able to talk through it. Ralph, do you have any thoughts on that at all?
Nope. Yeah, I can understand.
Just kidding.
I can I can understand the feeling. But a lot of what Trevor's saying is exactly right. And we have to understand also, what market isn't saturated right now. If you look at any entertainment industry style stuff, board games, movies, video games, whatever, they're all saturated, and they have been for a long time. Every single year, you hear a new indie dev who built something incredible, and because of the quality, it sells. And so, they'll beat every year. More people beat the odds and sort of rise above just the saturation or whatever, because consumers want to keep on buying the games. They want more stuff, even though they've got any game they want. They still want more. Especially, I think that's especially true in entertainment, right? Like if we were talking about opening up a new coffee shop in a city corner that has like 5 already, that's one thing. But in this industry where it's entertainment and you buy stuff and it's like sort of remote in a sense because they'll buy and then you send it to them, quality is really going to be the mark where you can beat out. Just because it's saturated, you can still get people interested. Yeah,
it's true.
There's plenty of games on Kickstarter that don't seem amazing. Or like some that still like succeed, maybe like really low level, like low funding levels, and like maybe they're fun games, but like maybe the production quality isn't amazing, but like they succeed, and maybe that's the only game that person ever does. But like they did it, they made a game, they did a Kickstarter and had it published. Like that's an accomplishment. That's awesome. So
yeah,
people are there for different reasons too. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a balance of like, we don't want to just spend forever working on this one game. We want to see it come out, and we want to see it, hopefully succeed. But at the same time, we need to take the amount of time we need to do it well to really succeed with it. To make sure it does stand out and kind of get that like higher value proposition. So
for sure, I'm as you were talking about that, I was thinking of the game. What's it called? Vampire Survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Where everyone knows that game now, and it's just a great idea that it's not incredible graphics or anything, but it doesn't need to be incredible graphics to be a successful game, and they just put out a great idea and made it work, and now it's very popular and well known. So
yeah,
I don't even know the publishing company. It's like Ponkel or something, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway, so with that, so Ralph, what are you gonna do to take our games to the next level? No, my real question though. So what are you excited to work on when you do start working on stuff? What are you gonna jump into first?
I think the thing that I'm excited to work on is going to be, I want to get the card layout and the card design behind me. Okay, so I'm not actually that excited about working on the card layout and design, but once that's done, the thing I'm excited about is actually the logo. The game logo. Yeah, the game logo. I sort of have some fun ideas there, but I think the card, getting that done will actually be a huge accomplishment, because that'll really help to push things forward. We'll be able to start cranking stuff out and actually have material to show for the work we've been putting in. And beyond that, so like the logo and then directly tying into that would be like the box art. I think that would be really cool, even though it might not be practical to really dive into that for a little bit.
Sure.
Until we're maybe further along.
Need more reference pieces from the rest of the game to be able to like tie it all in there. So
yeah, it would be more, I think, efficient to wait till a little later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, those would be that stands out as being an exciting thing to work on. I really enjoy logos, and one in that style. I have not done something quite similar to this in the past, so it'll be new and fresh and fun to do.
Sweet, I'm excited too. Anyway, Trevor, it's your time to shine.
Yeah, you guys ready? You guys both have the links, correct?
Yeah,
both have that available.
Hold on.
You intro what we're doing?
Yeah. So what we're doing, guys, is this is specifically for the YouTube and Twitch audience now, is we're going to be, like I said, kind of once a month doing something that's either reacting to a video, reacting to, news or something like that, playing a video game. That's kind of what we're doing. So we're taking kind of a sidebar from the board game stuff that we've been working on. I'm really excited to do this. I'm in a cold basement right now. I was just in Austin, Texas for 3 days in 105-degree temperature. It was hot. And so I'm excited to be here, relaxed, watching a video with these guys. I've seen it before. They have not. So what we're doing is reacting to a World of Warcraft video that I have handpicked. Again, I've seen it. Ralph and Steven have not. These are videos that Asmongold's reacted to. Some popular streamers have reacted to. Even people that don't play World of Warcraft. If you're not a World of Warcraft person, you'll still enjoy this video. Trust me, it's about 20 minutes long. And I'm just going to kind of let it run. And Steven and Ralph and I will be kind of talking as things goes on. Let's try not to pause it if we can, guys.
Okay.
Just let it roll. And we can react and talk over it if we need to, because it's kind of, it moves at a kind of a slow pace, but there are going to be things that we're going to want to pay attention to as we go. So my thing to them before we started this was no looking at comments, and don't look up things ahead of time because it'll spoil parts of the video. But I have some pointers I want to make at the end, and we'll just kind of let it roll. So if you guys have it pulled up, we're ready.
I'm ready.
On the count of 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, play. All right, is what we'll do. Ready?
Ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play.
Okay, I'm turning my volume down on my end so that people can still
me
hear
too.
us all. All right.
And they can see the video on your end, right, Steven?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay. All right.
Go look at the Twitch channel so you can see what it looks like. See what I did.
Oh, it looks cool. I like it. That's great.
Secret exposed.
I'm going to start this off by saying whatever the hell you do not look in the comment section below. Though I don't usually get many,
Trevor already told me that.
any comments on my content, the ones that are there will
I see that
Asmongold's
Asmongold's reaction has more views than this actual video.
Right.
I promise you,
Well, ours will have even more
it's
than
gonna
that.
blow your
So
mind.
Yeah, right.
I believe I've made a
We should
wild
react to
discovery
Asmongold
that literally
reacting
no one else has
to this
ever
video.
found. No matter how much
I've
I
totally
try to
seen
look it
people
up,
do something
there's
like that.
never any results. No DuckDuck searches, no YouTube videos, nothing. And that's pretty damn surprising, considering this is a game from 2004 that we're talking about here.
What's a 20-year-old game?
Is the vanilla WoW world map.
That's crazy.
As you can see, there's only 2 continents.
You've been playing this game
Eastern
for 2/3
Kingdoms
of your
and
life,
Kalimdor.
Trevor.
Let me ask you a question. Out of all the zones in these 2 continents, which one is the most forgettable? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it.
I forgot all of them already, so
Yeah.
I don't know
The
names.
one that doesn't come to mind is going to be the one that's forgettable. You know
I don't
what
know
mean?
the names of any of the zones.
Time's up.
Haven't played a ton
I
of this
imagine
game.
that the vast majority of people probably answered with Desolus, Silithus, Alterac Mountains, Deadwind Pass, you know,
Yeah.
the usual suspects.
Same.
But there's one zone in Vanilla WoW that literally everyone knows about, but is almost universally forgotten. And that zone is Stone Talon Mountains. Stone Talon Mountains is a contested zone that shares a border with the Barrens and Desolus.
Too much.
The fact that it's a contested zone is quite interesting in of itself, as despite there being many low-level Horde quests available here, for Alliance players, there's almost nothing at all. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that if you're an Alliance main like me, you've probably never even been here before.
Ralph,
The
have
zone
you ever
itself
played
has an
World of Warcraft?
extremely unusual design,
No.
and there really is nothing else like it in the game.
Oh, that's pretty
It's
fun.
essentially one giant valley that connects to 3 different
Play it
open
on it.
chasms that are completely different to one another. Due to the zone's odd layout and frustrating quests, even many Horde players tend to skip it entirely when leveling. But I'm not here to talk about the zone or even its quests, but something much, much weirder. We all know that WoW has a day-night cycle that is in sync with the server's time zone. If it's daytime in real life, then it will be daytime in game too.
That's pretty
If
cool.
it's nighttime in real life,
Has it
then
always
will be
been that?
nighttime in game
Yeah.
too.
I don't
Since
think
the
I-
beginning.
The zone's
I
atmosphere
don't think I
can
knew
change
that.
significantly
Yeah.
depending on whether it's day or night, but this is true especially for Stone Talon Mountains. During the day, Stone Talon Mountains just looks and feels like a pretty typical looking place. A bit of trees here, a bit of grass there, but at night, this zone and the way it feels to be in it almost completely changes. From the hours of midnight to 5 AM, music no longer plays in the zone. Instead, all you can hear is this strange wind ambience that sounds really freaky.
It's creepy.
Oh no, I have an ad.
You have an ad?
No.
Crap.
So we'll pause for a sec. I'm at 346.
I'm at 347.
All right.
How do you have an ad? I have no marks for ads in the whole video.
Well, I don't either. Wait, 346?
347. We'll start at 347.
Okay, I'm good. I'm
All
ready.
right. 1, 2, 3, play.
At night, the entire zone has this creepy red tint to it for seemingly no reason, and there's a ton of fog that limits how far you can see. Not sure if you can really notice it here, but the difference when it's daytime is really, well, night and day. Now obviously when I first discovered this, I was confused just as much as you probably are. Why is it like this? No other zone has
I love creepy stuff in games that aren't necessarily supposed to be creepy.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh,
Again,
it gets
no
weird.
matter how much I looked into it, no one had an answer. But that's not even why I'm making this, because yeah, it's weird, but it could just be some sort of attempt at atmospheric immersion. No, I'm making this because of a strange phenomenon that kept happening to my character here. If you know me, then you'll know that I'm pretty much nocturnal, as in seriously nocturnal. I'm always up at night and in the early hours of the morning because that's just how I like it. As a result, whenever I play WoW, it's always in the dark. That's how I noticed how weird Stone Talon Mountains was in the first place. In classic WoW, I had an orc warrior called Warzerk that I would occasionally level up to see what the Horde side of the game was like. Just a way to relax and see what I would have otherwise missed out on my Alliance main. Stone Talon Mountains was one of the zones I ended up leveling in. I remember being taken aback at what a weird, almost psychedelic dreamscape the zone felt like. It reminded me of somewhere where a nightmare would take place, but again, I didn't think anything of it until this happened. This is a screenshot I took at 2:14 AM on the 20th of October 2020. I'm in the Windshear Crag part of the zone, and as you can see, my character is dead. You're probably thinking that a mob must have got me or something, but no. The reason I took this screenshot is because my character just died, instantly, for no reason whatsoever. I was just running around doing some quest when he just dropped dead. At first I thought that maybe a high-level rogue had got me, then vanished or something, but I didn't see any. And according to my combat log, nothing happened. He just died. I kept this screenshot because I thought I would put it in a future production of mine, as at the time there was a lot of uproar about how badly Blizzard maintained classic WoW, with there being a ton of bots and gold sellers flying around. I figured it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for there to be bugs like this too, as, after all, this is Blizzard we're talking about here. Either way,
Sure, it's Blizzard.
I rested
Anything
up
could
and
happen.
carried on with my questing before heading off for the night. 24 hours later, and I am, once again, questing in the Windshear Crag. Everything was going smoothly, until once again, bam. It happened again. Instant death, no combat log, just dead.
At the same
I had
time,
never
roughly,
experienced
like
anything
2:14.
quite like this. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
that was like
WoW
2:19
could
or
be
something.
buggy, but it's never been this bad. I
You're
looked back at the
observant.
screenshot I took the
Oh,
night
no, it's
before and
2:14 for
noticed
both of them,
something
okay.
really unusual. The time of death on both shots was exactly the same. 2:14
Ooh.
AM.
Except I just
That
forgot the
was
first
just
one,
way
but-
too much of a coincidence
You looked at the
to
comments, didn't
ignore.
you?
I
No.
tried to post on
That's how he knew.
Wow, to
How would
ask
you
if
know it's
anyone knew what
important
kept
unless
happening to
you
my
also
character,
looked at the comments?
But it got removed,
I
and
didn't
then I
look at
was
the
banned
comments.
for no reason. So, yeah, pretty standard. I decided that this was way too much of a
The
coincidence
heck, you
to
got
ignore.
banned too?
So, I conjured a plan.
Yeah, because he
The
posted
next
about it in
night,
Reddit
at
and it got it removed.
2:14
Oh,
AM,
jeez.
I would have my recorder on, just in case my character died again, so that I would have proof of this weird bug in action. The following
Smart.
is what I captured.
It's crazy that no music plays in the middle of the night in the zone.
Yeah, it's just like ambient sounds and like
yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Droning
Unnerving.
wind.
Yeah.
Bet you like that.
Nothing.
I do.
I waited around
now
for a
I'm
few
a
minutes
WoW
longer,
fan.
but it just wasn't happening.
Oh,
I figured that it really must have been just a weird coincidence. Feeling disappointed, I turned off my recorder and carried on questing. But then, boom. It happened again. This time at 2:47 a.m. 3 deaths in a row on 3 different days. But why was this one at a different time than the others? The only difference I noticed between the last shot and the first 2 is that on the last one, I was at the Charred Vale part of the zone, whereas with the first 2, I was in the Windshear Crag. So, I had another idea. What if I went to the Windshear Crag at 2:14 a.m. and had my recorder on then instead? Maybe there.
He's thinking now.
A death wave that just, slowly goes across the entire world.
The server, yeah.
Waited.
Sorry if he does this to me again.
Right. A little bit of levity.
Oh, baby.
There it goes.
Holy
hey, what the heck?
shit. I now had video
swear
evidence
words.
of this
Jeez.
so-called bug.
You cut it out if you need to.
But honestly,
Nuts.
at this point, I was starting to think there has to be something more
Channel
to this.
first.
Out of
First
curiosity,
swear.
Hey, dude, what the
I
heck is
wondered
this?
that if I went to the Charred
Yeah.
Vale at 2:47 again, if it would happen
What's the
there
consequence for dying
too.
in
Sure
WoW?
enough.
You just have to run back to your body. It's a gray screen. It's all black and white, and you start at a graveyard, and you have to run back to your body to revive.
Does it like damage your stuff?
Yes, and your gear takes
2:14 a.m. in the
durability
Windshear Crag
damage.
and 2:47 a.m. in the Charred Vale. I didn't know what it was, but for some reason, at those times, my character would always just drop dead.
What is this guy
It
doing
was
with
as
his
if there
life?
was an invisible GM playing some
Just
sort of practical
day
joke
after
or
day.
something like that.
I think he's a WoW streamer,
Not
but he's up
yet.
late.
At the very top of the zone
That's
lies
fair.
the Third Chasm, the Stone Talon Peak. A very leafy and soothing place compared to the other 2. I wondered if the
Wait,
weird
this is the
deaths
same
occurred
zone?
there too.
Yeah, same zone. So all different areas in the same
did.
zone. Yeah.
Okay.
2:28 a.m.
Hey,
I
that's
tested this
14
again the
minutes.
next day, and it happened yet again. 2:14 a.m. in the Windshear Crag, 2:47 a.m. in the Charred Vale, 2:28 in the Stone Talon Peak. Every night, at those times, my character would die without failure or explanation. It would never happen in the valley part of the zone, only in the chasms at those exact times.
Dude, I've seen this video and my hands are sweating right
I
now.
tried to see if anyone else was in the zone at the same time.
Because I
But
know.
literally no one ever was.
Is it
Not too
actually
surprising,
haunted? Like,
as this character is on Dragonfang
in real life?
which is, yeah.
wait, why are
a
you
very
getting
tech
stressed
server,
about
to
this?
say the least. None of my friends
wait,
don't play,
Frick.
so I
I got
couldn't
another,
exactly ask them to
okay,
subscribe.
all right.
Pause.
What timestamp are you guys at?
11, exactly.
Yep, same.
Oh, 11. Yeah, you go. Okay.
11 minutes. We got to get you
Okay.
some like ad block or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys have ad blocker enable?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, I guess I should do that.
Always.
All right, 11. Are we all there?
Yep.
All right, 1, 2, 3, play.
Description just to test this. And whenever I would ask other people to come to Stone Talon Mountain so that I could watch them drop dead, they were surprisingly uncooperative. I decided to do some hardcore research to see if anyone else had noticed this, scrubbing almost the entire internet for even a nugget of information. But
Dude,
alas,
what the heck?
nothing. Well,
Have
nothing.
you tried this, Trevor?
Except that 2 years ago, back when Classic WoW launched,
Yeah, I mean,
an old Blizzard developer
I don't have an
who
active
long
sub
since
right
left
now,
the company,
but if I did, I'd
Mike
try it.
Cron,
Okay.
did a Q&A on the r/WoW subreddit, whereby he answered people's questions about what it was like developing the vanilla game. In his opening
is important.
remarks, he mentioned that he was
Okay.
behind zones such as Desolus, Feralas, Ashenvale, and
Stone Talon
Stone
Mountains.
Talon Mountain.
No
Despite
way.
the Q&A being 2 years ago now, I noticed that Mike was very active on Reddit, albeit almost always posting about non-WoW related stuff. Now, I'm not usually one to pry, but man, if anyone knew what was going on here, it would be this guy. And I'm in way too deep to quit now. I just had to ask. So I did. Now, I'm going to be honest, I had no idea how to open a conversation with a guy who I don't know, and who doesn't know me. I'm not a journalist, I'm a WoW player. By nature, I'm very antisocial and tend not to talk to people unless they talk to me.
Wow.
But this guy wasn't just going to talk to me by himself, so I decided to try to play it cool. Didn't want to come off as too pushy or anything like that. So I said, "Hey there, is it true you worked on Vanilla WoW back in the day?" Honestly, I didn't expect to get an answer, but shockingly enough, he responded almost instantly. Yup. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. The ice was broken. I just had a question about one of the zones. Nothing serious, just some trivia that I wondered if you could answer. 2 minutes later, shoot. Talkative guy. I've been on Classic WoW recently and leveling up in Stone Talon Mountains. I've noticed that for some reason, my character dies at set times in the early hours of the morning for seemingly no reason. I know it sounds bonkers, but do you have any idea why that is?
A real life
It's been
murder.
driving me crazy for days now. After I asked this, the guy just went completely silent. I'll be honest, I was pretty pissed off. If anyone would know why, it would be this guy, and he just bailed on me for no reason. I figured that all hope was lost and that I'd never know what was behind this. And with my limited audience, there was no way I could make a big enough deal out of it to try to get people to figure it out. So, case closed, I guess.
Alright.
Thanks for watching.
That's great, guys. Thanks for...
I am not joking with you. 10 months later, I get another message from Mike. The message literally just said, "The SoCal Lady Killer." I'm like, what? No response. Guy just goes completely quiet again. The SoCal Lady Killer? What the heck was that? I thought that perhaps he had meant to message someone else and this was sent to me by accident. Decided to look into it and this is what came up. The SoCal Lady Killer is the nickname given to an unidentified serial killer.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Who is believed to be behind the murder of 3 women in Southern California throughout the years of 1995 and 1996. Though there is no direct evidence that links the 3 murders together, the modus operandi of the killer was seemingly identical in all of the cases, with the victims' bodies being mutilated in an almost identical fashion each time. The 3 women, all of which were prostitutes, were believed to be lured to a secluded area by the killer, whereby they were then murdered. Again, I had no idea what this had to do with what I asked, until I read this part. The first victim was 28-year-old Whitney Fangson. On the 2nd of August 1995, her body was found on the outskirts of the Wind Shear Lumber Mill.
What the heck?
Police reports state that she was officially declared dead at 2:14.
Oh, come on, Ralph.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry.
Okay,
it's only 5 seconds though.
Where are you guys at?
15:22.
Okay. Hold on.
Ridiculous.
All right.
Sorry. All right, I'm good.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play.
All right, we got about 5 more minutes.
4 months later, on the 5th of December 1995, 25-year-old Sophie Riven was found in an almost identical state at a hotel room in the nearby village of Los Chared.
I bet the times are going to be the
police reports state that she was declared dead at 2:47 a.m.
Yep.
The third and final victim was 32-year-old Amy Rassan, who 2 months later, on the 17th of February 1996, was found dead by climbers at the base of Sokol Peak. Police reports state that she was declared dead at 2:28 a.m.
The heck?
Wind Shear Lumber Mill was the basis for Wind Shear Crag. Los Chared was the basis for the Charred Vale. Sokol Peak was the basis for Stone Talon Peak. In addition, the timing of the victims' deaths correlate exactly with the timing of my characters.
When you get wiped in game.
The mystery had been solved. The seemingly random deaths are an Easter egg referencing the SoCal Lady Killer. But
why?
That's a pretty weird Easter egg.
Yeah, no one...
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I went to ask Mike what on earth made him want to add that in the game. But again, I got no
Unless it was him.
But this time, it was different. You see, in the past when I was blanked, Mike was still actively using Reddit obsessively on a daily basis. But ever since that last message,
it's gonna be him or something. It's something.
Not many people know
something
this,
creepy.
but the state of California actually has an online public database of all its residents that states basic information about them, such as their criminal record, driving viability, and yes, whether they are dead or alive. Well, you're never gonna believe what I found.
Oh, man.
Michael John
Deceased?
Crond, 54, death by suicide. On the 13th of August, 2021. The exact same day.
Asmongold reaction.
Messaged to me.
Dude, that's the same. Did you hear that? It's the same day he messaged him.
World of Warcraft developer from 2004 to 2006.
Dude, insane.
Was the SoCal Lady Killer.
Oh my gosh!
Stone Talon Mountains,
What the
a
heck?
zone which he designed, is nothing more than a direct reference to the crimes he committed 10 years prior to joining Blizzard.
What
It is an
the
open mockery of his victims, hiding the truth in plain sight while taking great pleasure in how no one else can see it. Typical serial killer behavior.
Oh my gosh! So someone finally found him out. And
But if
he's
you
like,
aren't
"Alright,
convinced
well,
yet, then let me show you this. Every single chasm has a rare mob that is a direct reference to one of the victims.
Oh my gosh.
Whitney Fangson died outside of the Windshear lumber mill. Meanwhile, in the Windshear Crag, there's an NPC called Taskmaster Whipfang. Sophie Riven died in Lost Charred. Meanwhile, in the Charred Vale, there's an NPC called Sister Riven. Amy Rassan
Dude,
died
what
on the
the
base of
heck,
Sokol
man?
Peak.
This is messed
Meanwhile,
up.
in the Stone Talon Peak, there's an NPC called Sentinel Amma Rassan. The cherry on top. In the only safe place in the entire zone,
Get
the
this.
Sunrock Retreat, is an NPC called Crond. Crond, the Butcher.
Oh my!
The butcher, dude.
So the question you're probably asking yourself is, why? Why would he commit suicide? Well, the answer becomes crystal clear if we go back to the SoCal Lady Killer's wiki page. It reads, after being a cold case for over 25 years, on the 2nd of August 2021, LAPD Police Chief Ed Jens announced that the SoCal Lady Killer case had been reopened due to advances in forensic technology that may help finally bring the victims some justice. Mike Crond knew that he was about to be found out. Thus, he ended his own life as to escape justice. But folks, do you want to know the worst part?
Oh god!
about
What
all
else
of
is
this?
there?
The worst part is, I just made all that up. That's right, Mike Crond is not a serial killer. In fact, Mike Crond isn't even real. Hell, his picture isn't even real. It was generated by an AI. There's no such thing as the SoCal Lady Killer, and my character didn't even die randomly in the Stone
You're the
Talon
worst.
Mountains. I just got a friend of mine to use the neutral auction house to trade me a dark rune.
Oh my
Hell, even the
gosh.
character isn't even the same. So, the question you must be asking is, why? Why did I make up this entire story? Well, you see,
Freaking
it's
20-minute
simple.
video.
If
my
I
God. I
think
can
this
come
guy's
up
a
with an
serial killer.
interesting and somewhat believable
Right? That's
story,
what I thought after this. I was like,
quiz
that's
people
serial
have
killer
listening for
mentality.
20 minutes
Trevor?
about the pissing Stone Talon
think Trevor is a
Mountains,
serial
no less, then Blizzard has no excuse to not write a good story of their own, especially with their ridiculously overpaid writing team at their disposal. Dear WoW lore team, get
So
it
dumb.
together, you absolute
Oh my
amateurs.
gosh, dude! What the heck?
See, the thing, my biggest question was going to be like, there's no way no one brought this up. There's no way that happens with the player base of WoW.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it's like an
Other
obscure
people would have
time.
noticed something that big. No way, dude. People
Yeah,
plus
no,
like
yeah,
just because
I
it's
did think
2-14 for him on the other side of the world where they've got a massive player base, it's going to be broad daylight. I don't know.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, Trevor. Gosh, I can't believe you would fall for that.
Get your facts straight, Trevor.
Hey, so I gotta say, I loved this video, and not
my
because of like even the story and the way that he drug you along, and I mean so many streamers have reacted to this, and I think for a valid reason. I think he's proven a great point. He's just a random dude that makes YouTube videos, and I don't know if you guys were drug in the way that I was when I watched this originally, but I was totally bought in. I was like, wow, this is totally like, this is crazy. I can't believe that. Yeah, I can't believe, and it's a 20-minute video, and you would think his point, I think, is well taken, that there are writing teams out there that their life, they're paid to do this, and their work is devoted to creating a story that's enticing and enthralling to their community. And if this one guy can come up with something that I haven't reacted that strongly to in a long time, these other game companies have no excuse, man. So when I think of like Starfield, we talked about this last week.
Yeah,
I don't want it to just be a good game. There better be a great story involved that pulls me in. Anyway, that's just kind of my thoughts.
I did read one thing in his description. I did read one thing innocently. I didn't know this was like a spoiler or whatever. But it says hire me. It says hire me seriously, and I didn't know why that
what he was referring to
immediately apparent, like what that means. But now obviously I get it. But yeah. No, it was good. I enjoy that. I wish it's sad.
You wish it was real?
I kind of wish it was real because that'd be so insane.
Right.
But no.
Well, and that's part of the thing is like I'm sitting there going, if this is real, man, like I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, and in my mind, I'm almost like, it is so cool that people are still finding out, Easter eggs, if that's what you want to call it, about this game that no one else has ever discovered, even though it'd be, sick and twisted. It's almost like,
But what if that was the reason that like they caught the serial killer was because
of the game?
Because he was working on this and he found the stuff out and then
that would be too
followed the clues.
Too unbelievable.
Well, so what I want to do, Psych, so
Psych.
Well, so I don't have an active sub in WoW right now. What I was thinking, like even after this video, I am curious actually if there are actual NPCs with those names. I guess I could probably Google it. I wonder if those NPCs are real, and he just matched the made up fake real people name. Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, because like when he was then showing that correspondence of like the NPCs named after that real person, I'm like, okay, who has a name Fang Sun? Like.
Right.
It's like the last names, there's like Fang Sun and Riven and like different things. I'm like, okay, those do feel a little obscure.
Just
like,
normal people.
Right. There wasn't a Miller or a Johnson in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the people that get killed, is the people with normal names. Like
really, this is just a master class in viral marketing.
And like in storytelling. Like
Well, that's what marketing is. It's storytelling.
Okay, side note for podcast listeners. If you're going to go watch this video, I'll post a link down in the bottom. And I'll cut out everything we just said for you. Because I don't want to give any spoilers. So if you want to go experience this video, you should watch it without reading any comments, without looking anything up. And then come listen to the rest of this podcast. But there's your warning for that. Oh no. What? Sorry, I'm here.
What?
My brother is in the chat, and he's definitely not Batman. And he said, "Hey," and he said, "Steve, you're muted."
I don't think you are muted.
Not for you guys, but can you hear me in the stream? Like if you play it?
Hold on. Have we been muted the whole time? Are you kidding me?
No, just me. What the heck?
It is just you. You are muted.
All right. Well,
are you serious? Oh no!
See, that's why we need live chat so that we can know these things earlier.
Okay, he says he hears you guys. So, okay, it must be. So this is our. Okay, well now I need to go fix this real quick. Can I adjust that on the fly? I don't know. Settings.
Probably. Go for it.
Stream. Must be a Twitch setting. I mean, you're good in Discord. I don't know.
Oh, it's a stream settings for sure. Yeah, like in the video, I'll have it, and like the podcast will still be there. I can't do it while we're streaming. Well,
funny. I had it up this whole time. I just had it muted because I wasn't.
Is that going to be for the podcast as well? Or
no, we're good for podcasts and everything.
That's good.
Anyway,
hold on, I haven't even looked at our Twitch stream yet.
Gosh, it's like, are you even a part of this team, Ralph?
Look, I try to live my life in the moment.
That's fair.
Okay, here we are.
All right. Well, to-do list. Get my
we'll fix it for next time.
Working, yeah.
So next time, when I say next time, I'm talking about a month from now, 4 weeks from now. We'll have a normal podcast and stuff between now and then. But we'll probably have Ralph or Steven pick something, either playing a game or reacting to something else. But hope you guys enjoyed listening to that. For those of you that can, I'm guessing the majority of these people are going to be watching on YouTube anyway, so it's not going to affect too much. And hopefully your volume is good for that. But we'll make sure that it's fixed for the pod or the Twitch stream next time. And appreciate you guys joining. I hope it was fun to watch and listen to.
Yeah,
it was very cool.
It was fun. Sorry that I don't have audio on the stream. We have 4 viewers right now, which is the most we've had during this whole time. We were between like 2 and 3 most of the time. So next time we'll have it fixed and it'll be good to go. So anyway, is there anything else we wanted to talk about with the about that video? Did you have anything you wanted to bring up, Trevor?
Well, my main takeaway from the video is to download ad blocker.
Yes, that's 100% what we need to make happen next time.
Look, I mean, the thing is, it's like there are people that I watch on YouTube and I'm like, oh, well, I like supporting them in the very small way that I support them, without blocking ads. But I guess it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, well, not when we're trying to live stream a video.
I know
that we're all watching at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'll do. I'll just have it as an option.
Yeah.
I wonder, Steven, if you want to close us out for the podcast, and then I almost wonder if we want to just stay on Twitch and have kind of like a casual chat and maybe throw on some Diablo or something for a little bit. Does that work?
Yeah, because I don't have audio.
But we can get it fixed in the meantime.
Well, yeah, I have to stop the stream.
We're working on it.
I'll have to restart the stream, but
that's fine. We'll start it over again.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, everyone. That was our first live stream podcast episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to keep up to date on what we're doing, keep listening to this podcast and or watching it once a month on twitch.tv/bitwafflegames, all one word, as well as our weekly podcast on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on, as well as the YouTubes. We're also on Instagram at Bit Waffle Games, where I've been posting some stuff, artwork that we're working on, and we'll keep doing that. And our new logo is live there, so go check it out. Also link to our Discord at bitwafflegames.com. There's too many things on this list now. I need to consolidate this.
You have a lot of stuff to go through.
I've gotten pretty good at remembering it all, so that's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.